You're listening to the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by Referral Mortgages and Blue Panda Realty, with your hosts, Paul Stevenson, David Warren, and Greg Campbell. Let's see what's going on in the world of real estate in our nation's capital.
Whoa. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast, also known as Group Therapy for Real Estate. I feel like this is our weekly therapy session for the three of us. My name is Paul Stevenson. I'm here with Greg Campbell and David Warren. Gentlemen, want to introduce yourself quickly? Let the people know who you are.
My name's Greg Campbell. I'm a realtor and a partner at Blue Panda Realty, and I just love being here every Friday and every day, all the time, always.
I can't follow that up. David Warren, co-owner of Referral Mortgages, local mortgage brokerage located in Ottawa, business partnered with Mr. Paul Stevenson.
And that's me. Yeah, Paul Stevenson. I'm one of the owners of Referral Mortgages here in Ottawa. And just a very happy host of the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast. This is where we come to talk shop, to discuss mortgages, real estate, whatever else is on our minds. Greg, Dave, how was the week? How are things going?
Well, I had one hell of a week. I can tell you that. A lot of things going on, a lot of a deal almost not closing, multiple offer scenarios, having a little bit of a fear that we're not going to get offers because there's more listings coming out every day now. And seeing properties come up for sale that aren't holding offers anymore at a higher price point.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a big shift.
So as opposed to listing at $499, which was still the magic number, it's slowly not the magic number anymore. $499 selling at 600 plus. Now we're seeing some people come out listing at 600 and just not holding offers. Open
and selling for $6
and everything. Selling for $6 or around that. This weekend and early next week is going to be really the we're going to see those actual numbers and see what happens.
The pinnacle.
That's the word I'm looking for.
That's great.
Those words for me, Paul.
Yeah.
But
I'm basically just a thesaurus. I sit here and just throw words out. I mediate word soup for you and David. That's interesting. Yeah. So for anyone that, if this is your first time listening, we obviously do this weekly. So week over week, we've kind of been tracking the Ottawa market as far as, number of offers and how much homes are going for over asking and so on and so forth. And, Greg, that's a pretty big shift because we were talking last week about how most homes are listed at $499 and they're selling for $6. And then the homes that are actually listed properly at $6 or $550, we're getting no offers or many less offers. And it didn't really make much sense. So now you're saying you're seeing homes being listed a bit more accurately.
Homes are being listed a bit more accurately and buyers have more options now. Like I'll go out on any day and I can see at least 3 to 5 homes generally now within a few days. And we're talking in like the major, the standard row home kind of thing right now. So that's really interesting. And if you're looking at the back end on how many showings each house is getting, it used to be like, I'd go to book a showing and I would call my clients and be like, the only time we can get in is for 15 minutes or 30 minutes between now and then. They'd be like, holy shit. Now it's kind of like, it's open. You'll see a few showings. I booked some showings for today, even on properties that are holding offers, and there was no other showings booked. So, the holiday maybe, but also I would think the holiday busier.
Easter weekend historically is kind of the turning point, right, in the year. Like what Easter weekend is typically everyone gets together, but in the past you'd be getting together with family, talking about what your plans are. Well, we're thinking about doing this. Oh, you should talk to Greg. Go talk to Dave. It was always kind of Easter is when everyone kind of got together with family, talked about the summer, talked about plans. Everyone's in each other's homes. Oh, I love this. I love that. It just kind of got conversations going. So I'm interested to see how that will shift. But I think generally speaking, Easter weekend is kind of the turning point of that, spring market.
I think that, it is. And I think that some of these homes now, even the bigger rows or semis that would hit 700 plus even 4 weeks ago, because there wasn't as much on the market, are not going to hit those numbers. I think they're going to stick around the 650, which is still insane. Considering the same house 2 years ago or a year ago sold for 450, basically, so they're almost up $200,000 in a year and a bit. But I think that's starting. I think that's going to start changing.
I think we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how this another or third lockdown if it affects anything. Like you were saying, Paul, this is typically the kind of the launching point for the spring market. It'll be interesting to see if this lockdown or the opening or the availability that you were seeing today, Greg, if this lockdown news had anything to do of it. So it'll be.
So Dave, I'm interested. Go ahead, Greg.
Go ahead. Sorry, no.
This is a bit of a shift. So I was just going to ask Dave. It's funny, Dave and I work together, but we're often in our own book of business, so we don't speak much throughout the week. So how much are you seeing? I find a lot of previous clients now are coming back, and instead of moving, a lot of them, like typically, historically, I find clients don't usually get to the maturity date because they either refinance or they move or something like that. But I have found most recently that there's a lot of clients that are actually coming up for renewal, reaching out or I've reached out and said, your renewal is coming up in 4 months, what have you. And that doesn't usually happen. Like typically people are, again, I think this just all kind of speaks to the lack of supply, is that people aren't thinking the same way they would have, right? They're comfortable in their home. They want to stay where they are. If anything, I'm seeing a lot more refinances of people staying in their homes. But Dave, what are you kind of seeing in that sense? Because this is the busy season, right? So this is when most mortgages come up for renewal and so on and so forth as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a number of people coming up for renewal that haven't done anything, but by and large, a lot of refinances. Even I just did one yesterday where we refinanced in October, and from October of 2020, 5 months ago to today, his house is up. A row home in Stittsville, the home's up $100,000. We're pulling that $80,000 in equity out, and he's acquired a multi-unit in Brockville, and just kind of over 5 months it increased that 100,000. But I mean, certainly a lot of clients refinancing with the equity going up and pulling it out to either do renovations or debt consolidation. A lot of people buying rentals or looking to be positioned to buy. But yeah, it's a little bit of a mix. But yesterday I did hear of a farm in Perth. I think it was Perth or Renfrew went for 1.1 million over asking.
What?
Listed at 1.5 and went for 2.6.
Was it acreage? Like what was the is this a builder maybe buying it?
No,
developer.
Just like a barn on it. A lot of acreage, but yeah, I don't know who.
That's got to be a development deal or plan.
Wow.
But outside of Perth, like I think it's Perth or Renfrew, but there's not a lot of development going on there. So
Perth is so hot right now. Perth is so hot right now.
Perth is hot right now.
Funny. Yeah.
CP too. I mean, all the outskirts are hot right now.
Carleton Place is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I did a walking tour 2 weeks ago to see all the places in Carleton Place and done the financing on. It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I've done a lot of business in Carleton Place, so it was a funny walk around town.
There was
just Dave just waving, pointing at people. It was, hey.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what it was.
There was a semi in CP that was listed for 400, sold for 570 just the other day, and then there was a little bungalow, like a 1,400 square foot bungalow in Embrun for 400, sold for 550.
Shout out to CP. Carleton Place is kind of like a second home for me.
So it's still happening. Yeah.
For sure.
Another thing I'm seeing, I dealt with a little bit personally, and I won't get too much into that, but is with the lockdowns is the city slowing down on permits, and this is going to cause further delays in manufacturing plants. Everything we discussed a few weeks ago, as far as the things that are slowing down the supply chain and the supply on the market. There's no doubt that this next 4 weeks is just going to further compress all of those would-be sellers. And probably create, I would imagine, another, I don't want to say bubble because that's a hilarious word to use, but another massive increase or spike, you could say, in values, just because of the fact that I think less people are going to be listing. I don't know, Greg, what are your thoughts on that as far as like, based on the last lockdown, we saw a huge spike because there was less people wanting to go out and shop, less people wanting to list. So the people that are out there are, a bit more aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just a little note on that with the builders and stuff. I've got some clients just finishing up a renovation right now, and they said that when they started the build or I can't remember when it was, when, a 2x4 went from $2 to $8.50 right now. So
my deck would have cost me $300,000 if I had built it.
Yeah. So, I don't know who's getting who to do what right now, but, and that's the other thing with the builders and their prices going up. I mean, who knows what's going to happen if it keeps going like this. I did see something interesting though, that in the UK, as of last night, they said that they're going to start treating, there's going to be no more lockdowns, and they're treating COVID as a flu. And that's apparently the end of that. So if that is a sign of what may hopefully come to a lot of countries around the world, that's positive for everybody, I think. But
we were talking about auctions recently, and I actually had a friend of mine, real estate friend, mention that there was actually a realtor in Ottawa. Greg, did you hear about this? I won't mention who it was, but there was an auction in Ottawa where two people, the top two. So long story short, the property went up for auction. The guy actually used a website that helped with the bidding and so on, basically exactly like eBay. Like, you bid, you just outbid the other person. The top two bids, I believe, were $690 and $680, something like that. And both of them walked away from the deal afterwards. Like, she followed up she was playing tennis and saw the seller on the court next to her, ridiculously enough, said, that has to be the seller of XYZ. Goes over, confronts the person, says, hey, are you the seller of XYZ? And they're like, yes. And she's like, well, what happened with your sale? I knew there was auction. And the guy was kind of dejected, saying that, the top two bids basically walked away after, because there was no actual, I don't know what it would, again, I guess they clicked it online, but you would assume that that's a digital contract. But long story short, top two bids walked away. And now I guess you have to figure out what the recourse is on that. Like who do you sue? How do you work on that? And this is in Ottawa. This happened in Ottawa.
The property was in Vanier, right?
It was in the French Quarter, I think the
French Quarter. I had clients actually send me that.
This at all. That's crazy.
I had clients send me it. They were interested in it. But,
South Rockcliffe, they call it.
Yeah. The property was, I think it was duplex, development potential on it, 100 by 50 or 100 by 60 lot. And, but the house itself, from the photos, I knew would have issues from an inspection or anything like that. I mean, it was missing like front railings and stuff like that. But that's interesting to hear of how that it didn't actually go anywhere. So is it back on the market then? Or what happened with the listing?
Well, I heard about this. This must have been right after we recorded last week. So I think I heard about it last Sunday or Monday. So I haven't got a follow-up. This was just kind of a one time, like we were just chatting, and that is all that I heard. Like what I just told you is basically where it stood when I spoke to her. So I don't know where it stands now, but I'm intrigued. We'll need an update next week. But Greg, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, is that something that, I don't know what that system is that they used. I wish I had the name of it. I should have.
I'll find out what that system is, and maybe we could talk about it more next week. I don't know. I don't think there's always been talk about it happening here. Auctions or more of the transparent multiple offer scenarios. I mean, we've spoke about that before. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the way that things work in Ontario with RICO takes years for anything to come to fruition, I guess. So I think for now we're on the same path we're on.
Morning, Ricky. Funny enough, I had someone point out last week who is an accountant listening to the show. They were laughing about our capital gains tax conversation because we talked ad nauseum about speaking to the right people, and then Dave's like, so in summary, when it comes to capital gains, and then goes into to explain how it works.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so funny. But apparently the rules did change in 2017 or 18. So that I think I said it had to be like reasonable, like standard reasonable living or something like that. But apparently there's some other nuances to that. So definitely speak to your accountant and follow up to last week. Do not take our advice. Speak to the professionals.
Don't speak to your builder about your accounting, and don't speak to your lawyer about your building.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So I would say, you know, we're now April 2nd. This will obviously be released the 5th, next Tuesday, or 6th, whatever it is. I think it's time we bring back Mr. Morris, get an update on the stats, because it's been now at least 2-3 months.
I talked to him the other day. He's got some good he's got some new graphs in effect for the city too.
I bet he does.
He's serious. Yeah. He's got some new stuff. You know what is interesting? I'll bring up that in Orleans, they're changing the district code for Avalon, Spring Ridge, Notting Hill is like a massive, it's a massive area, and they're splitting it into 4 now. So that's pretty cool. So
what's the purpose of that?
Just because there's so many new homes going up in the areas surrounding. You know what I mean? They had just this massive area to cover a certain space. But now, since it's condensing, there's.
But is that for like counselors, or like what would shift?
No. Sorry, that's for. Good. This is a great question. Actually, good topic. When you are in touch with a realtor and you're searching for homes, we in the back end of our system go by area codes for each specific. I mean, I guess it's a district. So a neighborhood will have a specific code. So you have to go on your map, and then you can pinpoint it. You can also
got to rep your set.
I mean, you could even like put it pretty much. You can also, do a graph and choose like a very specific zone, but that's what we do. Anyways, it's been kind of a pain in the ass because we've got such a big spot. So you type in Avalon and it's like, there's a lot to cover. So now they're making it smaller, like the rest of the city, which is cool. Yeah. So yeah.
Now they're going to be little boutique neighborhoods. Avalon's going to become a boutique neighborhood, the Glebe.
As opposed to being area 1107. Now I think we're 1107, 1119, 1118, and 1117 or something like that.
So exciting. So
exciting. I'm glad I could share that with all of you. I know everyone really cares about that. Jeez. Yeah.
Luloff did mention that when he came on.
Speaking of numbers, speaking of stats, speaking of areas.
1106. Mr. Luloff.
We should talk like that every week. Sorry.
Yeah. Just throw out numbers in the middle of the show. 32.
So got some good listings in 3204.
Mr. Luloff mentioned when he was on that he was changing. There were some district changes actually happening out in Orleans as well. Like I know he said he was expanding, I think, to Cumberland.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Rockland, or as far as Rockland potentially.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's there's clearly some reorg going on over in the East End. So that light rail, the light rail is getting to people's heads.
Light rail, that construction's wild, man.
Yeah, where does that stand? I've seen Matt posting stuff about it recently, but I haven't driven down there in probably a couple months. It's going. Like they're all the way out. They're all the way out at Place d'Orleans now. Like they're just working in the middle of the highway all the way out. It's pretty impressive. So Ricky just put that phone number up. Funny story about that. David and I used to work together at a cell phone store, actually, years ago. We're dating ourselves. And one of our buddies who worked there, Jamie, he purposely went out and got the phone number 613-867-5309 and then had the song as his ringtone.
Really?
Only in a cell phone store would that happen.
That's pretty awesome.
So yeah, it's a good story. What's going on for the weekend? Easter weekend, Greg. You said you have showings. Like I guess Good Friday and Easter Sunday doesn't shut down real estate.
Yeah, sir. I feel like I'm a little bit out of it today, here, guys. I'll be honest. I feel like I'm a little bit out of it. I feel like I'm not contributing properly today. I'm not as on the ball. But I'm actually showing today. I'm showing today, and I have another new listing coming up that I got to get up this afternoon. I sold 2 this week. I sold 2 of my listings. One over list, one's conditional over list. I got a condo coming up And I've got one up in Orléans right now that's hot, super hot, small single home, 550. We think that one's definitely going to go over because it's a single backing on a school park. And then I got another one coming up around the corner for me next week, another row home. They just bought in Quebec. They got priced out of Ontario, of Ottawa. So they went to Quebec. So yeah, my weekend is mornings I'll be working, and then afternoons I will be hanging out with my family, it seems. After around 2 p.m. I'm excited about that.
It seems I'll be hanging with my family.
It seems. Yeah, I think Sunday I'll have the whole day off, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, that's probably rare on a Sunday for yourself.
Yeah, I mean it is. I'm pretty good with getting that done, but I think I might even just turn off my phone on Sunday, let everybody know. Although I think that's probably impossible for me to do right now. What are your plans, Paul? What are your plans?
My plans. Well, Madden is here right now. So we are post toe rep. We're going to go probably shoot some hoops. I think we're still able to do that till tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And probably go for a walk, just spend the day together. Tomorrow, Serena and Jackson are coming. So I'll have the full squad for Easter. We'll see if the bunny shows up or not. The kids are getting older, the chocolates get smaller, so yeah. But other than that, just enjoy it. It's supposed to be beautiful this weekend. I think 10, 12 degrees, sunny, little string of heat. So I'm looking to get warm, just warm up, just snuggle my little body party, with the warmth,
little body
vitamin D. Dave, what are you saying?
Work today, probably work tomorrow. Nothing, can't do anything. Our families can't get together. We're too large a family to get together now. And so, maybe spend try and get outside a little bit, but other than that, a day today, Good Friday in the office. So that'll be fun. I've got about 6 or 7 calls lined up, which is, exciting.
You know what's crazy, man? Like just based on that comment, it's crazy that, this is all happening and my business doesn't stop for whatever reason, because it's considered, people need a place to live. So nothing changes. So we've got all these people going in and out of these homes, and then they're saying, don't get together with your family. Anyways.
Ricky's asking Ricky's asking if I got game. We'll have to set up a toe rep basketball bonanza. I'll give a shout out to my Algonquin Thunder alumni. Ricky, I did play at Algonquin for a couple of years, national silver medalist in basketball. So shout out to my Thunder teammates if they're watching. Love basketball. Played basketball since I was a kid. So I, got the height and the build for it. Used to be a bit of a high flyer, 3-point shooter,
Really? I didn't know.
Now he just throws bows. He just gets in the paint and throws bows with no remorse. Watch those beaks.
Yeah. Now I've become basically Charles Barkley. And I do want to give a shout out to our team actually at the office as well. So Greg, I know you know this, and Dave, you obviously know this, but we've had a pretty big growth internally since December, and we've had to bring on some new staff, and a lot of new agents have come on board as well. And everyone's been working very long hours, and weeks have been long, days have been long. And if anyone is listening, I just want to give a big shout out to the Referral Mortgages team and brokerage, and just say thank you going into the long weekend for everyone's hard work. And Dave, you are included in that, and Greg, you're obviously a part of the family. You're like a cousin,
Yes. The crazy
first cousin, crazy cousin. Should we slide into the mood boost?
Mood boost. Let's get it.
I need my mood boosted, Paul. Boosting my mood.
Okay, Madden, you want to get in here? Oh, I think Madden wants to say one here, so we're going to get him in on this. Hold on a second. The mood boost step in. You want to take number 2? All right.
Hey, buddy.
You got to step up. You got to step up to the mic here.
Why was the son suspicious of the umbrella?
Why?
It was a little shady.
Oh, that's a good one.
Number 2 of the mood boost. England may not have a kidney bank, but at least they have a Liverpool.
Wow.
I like that one.
I like that one too.
Where do dogs go when they lose their tail? To the nearest retail store.
Wow.
And I got one more. Sticking on the canine theme here. What dog can jump higher than a building? Any dog, because buildings can't jump.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You should have maybe ended on the third one. Maybe you shouldn't have brought that fourth one in there.
Anyone but that last one. Yeah. Oh, man. So, Toe Rep, just to give everyone a quick recap again, the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast. So we are going to record live every Friday, as we're doing here. Fridays are always an exciting morning around the offices. So Friday, we're going to record. Tuesdays, we're going to release the full episode. So edited, kind of perfected. As perfected as I can get with the three of us. So those will be released Tuesday on all your podcast platforms and on YouTube. So we do have a YouTube channel now where we're posting all the breakouts and the full episodes. So once this is done, it's basically going to go ghost off Facebook. So unless you're watching live, you're going to have to wait till Tuesday because we won't have it up here. So if you go to YouTube, just search up the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast. You can subscribe there and then you'll be notified when we post the new videos. And other than that, guys, any closing thoughts, remarks? Dave looks like Dave's ready for that pillow.
I wish.
Greg?
No, not really. If you're, if you're hungry to buy, don't be afraid. Talk to these
not
guys.
really.
Get your numbers right, and give me a call.
Excellent. Great. All right. Well, we'll see everyone next week. We'll come live. We'll come direct. We'll bring our energy. Signing off. 10-4. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Ciao.
Deuces.
The Ottawa Real Estate Podcast is brought to you by Referral Mortgages, Blue Panda Realty, and Stephen Hopkins Video. Thanks for tuning in, and please remember to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you.